Lolo Saggy Joe. So I saw this post online, and I kind of always want to talk about it. So it's from YouTube. So it's from Aesthetic Masculinity. Basically, never sacrifice your life for a girl. You can go get another girl, more beautiful, more feminine, and more supportive. But you can't get another life. You only have one. Now, in on a surface level, I agree with this. Don't, but it's you need context. Don't sacrifice your life for a girl who won't make the same sacrifices. You know what I mean? It's not black and white. It's not just fuck him. You know what I mean? Like you have to be willing to compromise. Now, it's true you only get one life, and it's true you only get one girl. But who you choose to build your life with is also once, in a certain way. Because people think that you can just divorce, you break up, whatever. But I truly believe that if you choose to settle down and build a life with someone, there's only gonna be one or two of those people. You know what I mean? I say two because what if they pass away? You're able to find someone that's similar enough who can help build you, build you up, build you back up again, right? But most of the time, it's only gonna be one. In terms of chances, there's about 8 billion people in the world. Chances are they're somewhere out there, but chances are that person's also with someone who's similar personality, and it's just not the right time, not the right place. Sometimes you might not even ever meet that person for multiple generations, like in terms of like bloodline. So what I'm trying to say is you should try to see if you can build your life with someone, because that person who you can build your life with potentially can only be the one, right? You can also potentially just be the one person, and that's something that you have to keep in mind. This is not a black and white thing. In terms of priority, of course, your partner's at the top, right? And I think from a on the day to day life scale, they should be at the top. They should always be your priority. Uh, for who do you want to hang out with, who do you want to spend a day with. But I think you shouldn't forget the foundation that made you who you are. There's a lot of people who are part of you, right? Don't forget, if you had good parents, don't forget about them. If you had good family, don't forget about them. Maybe you had, you know, a good uncle, a good cousin, whatever. All those people are sort of part of who you are, and if they help build you up, don't forget them. Because if you form cracks in your foundation, if the center one falls, there's not going to be anything to support that, right? So I think that for this quote, the never sacrifice your life for a girl, I think we need a compromise. It's not black and white. I think never sacrifice for your life for a girl who won't make the same sacrifices. As a man, I think we're always told to make sacrifices. We're always told to lay down our lives for our partners, our friends, whatever, and you kind of forget who you are and yourself at the same time. And I can see that because you lose yourself. You lose yourself sacrificing too much. But at the same time, if you're looking for a long-term partner, it requires sacrifice, right? Sacrifice is going to be a part of it. You're gonna have to make choices where you're gonna have to give up something that's important to you, or give up something that you want to do at the moment. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying to like go like kill yourself trying to. Am I allowed to say that? Oh, who cares? I'm not saying to like kill yourself trying to help, trying to court the girl or just do whatever she wants and just be some kind of doormat. I'm not saying that, but you also kind of have to open the door a little bit, because the implication of this whole thing is that there's still someone out there for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can. The second part is true. You can get another girl, but can you find another partner who hits you the same way? That's gonna be a lot harder to find. So, I think that if you find someone who values you the same way you value them, if It doesn't have to be the same exact way, as long as you feel that the value is there, like you're being valued the same way. I think that's fine. I think that's important, to be perfectly honest with you. So more beautiful, more feminine, and more supportive. What do you mean by more feminine? Because that's kind of like what's getting to me. I'm not sure if I agree with the more feminine take. What do you want from this woman? Are you expecting that to be like really submissive towards you? Are you expected, like, is this like a traditional mindset? Um, if you want someone like that, then you're gonna have to go to a traditional country. Who's gonna agree with your values like that? I kind of, the more feminine kind of bothers me. What do you mean by that? Because it almost sounds like you're gonna have to wait for someone who will just submit to you. So you mean like an 18-year-old that doesn't know better? Yeah, of course they're gonna submit to you. I don't know. It sounds weird. It sounds weird to say that, more feminine. Like you want them to like wear makeup and stuff like that. What if that's not your style? You can never really give these ultimatums when it comes to people. I think you could say it as a general thing, but I think also as a reader, I think it's also as someone who reads a comic, it's like you have to realize that these are just generalizations and they don't mean to specifically specify you. You know what I mean? You don't have to go through. You don't have to go through this. If you prefer women who are a little more of like an athletic build, or who have a bodybuilder build with like a six pack or something, because that's what I'm assuming. Is that what that's what I'm assuming, right? Like, what's more feminine mean? Like they're not fat? Like what does that mean? That they're curvy, slim? What does that mean? They're sexy? It almost sounds like you just want a trophy wife, but you can't get another life. You have one. Again, your life is just as much about as who you want to build your life with, and such, instead of just having the one. You know what I mean? Like, sure, you got one life, but what are you gonna do with it? Like, do you want to build it with someone? You don't have to. You don't have to. That's also an option. You know what I mean? Like, this is assuming everyone's meant to have a partner. The truth is no, and it's also assuming that most people are meant to have multiple, like just the one partner. For some people, multiple work. That's just the way the world is. If we try to box humans into like into too much, if you try to box them too much into these kinds of expectations, it's never gonna work. Like this room, you know what I mean? There's a world outside this room, and I think it's just a little. I think it can be empowering if you're like a 13-year-old kid, starting to find out what life's like. But I would heavily discourage you to think of things like so black and white like this. Yeah, work on your life, and you find someone who wants to share, you want to share it with, and who wants them to share with you. That's perfectly fine. You can just keep along trucking on. Look, I've not been in the dating game at all, and it's been a very long time. I don't wanna release anything on my age, but I'm old, and I've been single this whole time. At the same time, my life's been very unstable, so I don't feel like it's a good time to have a partner right now. I gotta stabilize my life first. I got school, I got work. I'm kind of financially strapped right now. There's so much things. I'm trying to work on this. It just, I hope that you guys see that trying to do these kinds of things, it's not wise. It's not healthy. Things are not black and white, and things go beyond the room sometimes. You can't box everyone in. Just have to find the one that's with you who's willing to make it work. That's all it is. All right. Don't get caught. Don't get lost in the sauce. Later days.